their children private schools.
Because these are mostly government schools.
In their private schools, not in government schools.
Well, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. That Mr. Byamugisha Moses, a social activist in Uganda and an advocate for the teachers' strike. Back to you, Vincent.
Well, thanks a lot, Demi. Now let's move from the East African region to West Africa. Once crippled by land mismanagement, Nigeria's Cross River State is making a comeback due to a cutting-edge plan to restore trust and transparency in the land ownership system. Africa 54's Paul Ndiho explains.
Land reform in Africa is not just about correcting a historical wrong. Today, it's also about having a sense of ownership and food security, about political and fighting economic corruption, and in many cases about fundamental human rights. Only a few years ago, Cross River State, a coastal state in southern Nigeria, bordering Cameroon to the east with just over 3 million people, was in the grips of land anarchy. The land management system there was at best dysfunctional. Land titles were forged and sometimes parcels of land were allocated to multiple owners. Now Basi Okwa, Commissioner for Special Projects in the state, says the mismanagement is being straightened out.
When I came on board, I discovered that the land administration was manually handled, and that created a lot of confusion in land administrative matters. And so it became necessary that we need to automate the system.
Okwa notes that reorganizing and documenting informal property is fundamental to allowing landowners to invest their time and personal funds in the upkeep and improvement of land. But he acknowledges that the process has been a little bit rocky.
That is why this system we are putting in place, ultimately, all parcels of land within the state will be registered and they will have title, rather than people coming and forcefully taking off their land and resulting in community clashes, fighting here and there. So those are some of the issues that the land reform package we are putting in place will address.
Recognition of customary tenure and establishing a land reform program that considered all facets of land administration is enabling the success of land reform in Cross River State. Led by Governor Leo Imoke, the land reform program has become the centerpiece of his administration. In 2009, the governor created the Cross River Geographical Agency, an independent group designed to give the public easy access to geographical and land-related information with the help of Thomson Reuters and the Lagos-based Ted Bridge Limited of Nigeria. The two tech companies are expected to offer training and oversee the implementation of the digitalized system aimed at modernizing a formal land tenure system. Chimeka Ngu is the president of Tech Bridge Limited, a Lagos-based ICT-inspired company that specializes in geospatial information and land administration.
They have recognized that it's in their interest and our interest and interest of the business community and also the cross-riverians or the state they are implementing to have local skills so that they are more just selling their solution and technology, and then you have the people down there they can solve.
The reform is expected to stimulate land transactions and improve the banking sectors by providing the ability to use land as collateral.
And I can't tell you that everybody is on board because we haven't been able to take everything. There are still quite a lot of parcels out there that haven't come in. But what would assure the citizens is that whatever parcel that we have in our parcel fabric, we make sure accurate as possible.
Analysts say that Cross River State is one of the few Nigerian states that is in the right position between establishing economic independency and having a huge potential for growth. This should make it possible to see immediate positive results from land reform as the state progresses with modernization. Paul Ndiho, VOA News.
Well, we want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we covered during the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54 and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. Coming up, what's all the talk about multicultural hair? we have it. So stay with us.
I think that Straight Talk Africa is important to the viewers precisely because they see it like a mirror. They see themselves in the discussions that are carried out on Straight Talk Africa.
Tune in to Straight Talk Africa each week on TV, radio and internet. Join in the discussion of the issues affecting you.
The world headlines, you know there's more to the story. That's why we're on assignment. Alex Villarreal, Imran Siddiqui, and Powerhouse reporting from the angles no one else is telling, in the places no one else will go, getting the story behind the story.
On Assignment is next. Let's go.
On Assignment. Get more or become a broadcast partner by finding us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Africa 54. Viewers, Laura Bowman joins us to tell us about new trends in multicultural and black hair. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Vincent. Well, Diane Cole Stevens is one of the top hairstylists in Washington, D.C. We've reported on her before on her trips to Sierra Leone, where she teaches poor women how to become hairstylists. Well, Diane's at it again, this time training Caucasian stylists how to do multicultural hair.
Hair. It's a big deal. And getting it right can be a complicated process of washing, drying, fluffing, combing, spraying, and straightening. Hairdressers have come to this boot camp to learn how to cut and style multicultural hair. Washington hair phenom Diane Cole Stevens is teaching them.
Environmental residue, product buildup, there's something you're seeing on there.
She says prestigious African-American women want more and better salons to choose from.
They want hair color, they want great cuts, and they want great styling. So oftentimes salons will hire us to come in as a team, and we'll show them how not to be afraid of texture. But we're just trying to come up with that comfort. So when you get a guest that comes in the door and she looks like me, what do we say? What do we call her? Because we need to call her by her hair texture. We need to call her by she's got coily hair or curly hair or fine hair.
Do you see some relief when you teach people this language?
Yeah, I love the ahas because a lot of the fear is not offending the black woman. And I think that's a big honor.
Most of the stylists here have never even touched textured hair. They need to get a feel for it because more of their clients are biracial. Diane and her team teach them how to wash and style. Catherine Olson is one of the hairdressers who joined the boot camp.
I was thinking that we needed to put so much more product in the hair, hydrate, put the cream, put the moisturizer, put the oil, slick it down, but she's saying do the reverse. Get it clean, and then the hair will do what you want it to do.
Stylist Martin Pretorius works with Diane. He's originally from South Africa.
In Africa, everyone does African hair, but in America, I think a lot of the salons are realizing that they're missing out on a huge market that they've never approached before, and so everyone is now trying to get onto the bandwagon of being able to do it.
Catherine says that's partly why she signed up.
Have the clientele coming in here for other services, spa, nails, but they're not staying on the hair side, and I wanted to get them on the hair side.
Stylist Laura Marsh also wants to boost her business.
Having curly hair, I feel like people are going to come to me to try and get that desired effect of the straight, but also the pretty curly that's not frizzy at all.
You're still not convinced that hair is a big deal? Just ask a girl.
Well, we have the good fortune of having Diane and her models in the studio with us today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Laurel, very much.
Diane, first I want to ask you, what have you done with these ladies' hair. What are the products you use, the styling? Just quickly give us a quick how-to to get this look.
Okay, the first thing is, remember I talk a lot about the scalp. So basically cleansing the scalp area very well, then actually emulsifying it to the ends to make sure that the hair